What's happening, Detroit, Big in Texas? What's up? This your host, Al Boogie, or better yet, Alicia. Welcome back to Coffee Talks, y'all. Houston, Texas. Let's talk about that. We have had some real bad, tremendous bad weather, bad situations going on, period. We got half, maybe an inch of snow, but we had a whole bunch of ice and frigid temperatures. So it knocked out everybody's power. Pretty much the whole city of Houston. Everybody has been scrambling, trying to get to the stores, taking all the food, all the water, everything. Trying to stay warm, trying to keep hydrated, trying to keep the kids cool and all that kind of stuff. It basically hit really hard in Houston, in Texas. You know, we had in Fort Worth, they had a 135 car pileup, 6 deaths, about 36 injuries or something. I saw someone videotaping it on Facebook while it was happening. That FedEx truck ran right into the back of a car and a semi and exploded. I was watching it. So y'all, let's talk about this. I put a post on Facebook about our mayor. He's a dickhead, and then he resigned after he left the post on Facebook. I don't understand people, y'all. I really don't understand. You know, I'm human. Everybody has issues. Everybody has problems. Everybody has different things that happen to them in their life. You know what I'm saying? But being human beings, you learn to adapt to any situation at any given time. So when you sit up and you make things harder for what it really don't have to be, why do it? Everybody knows that the heat is off, the power is off, the water situation is messed up. Why go somewhere and do something real stupid to where you got to cause yourself unnecessary problems? Very unnecessary problems. And then when someone suspects it, then you go and you tell on yourself. That's got to be the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life or heard in my life. So, Houston had 5 million people without power and water for the whole week of the 14th all the way up until today. People are just now getting power from Sunday. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy for a state that's not used to or accustomed to getting frigid temperatures like we got, or getting snow. Texas is a warm tropical state because it was right off the ocean. You know, Galveston got hit hard too. Stafford got hit hard. Dallas, Austin, Fort Worth. We all got hit hard. To the point where we had, it was like 47 frozen to death people out in the streets. Literally froze to death. Because homeless people don't have another choice like some people do. Like I said, I can deal with the cold to a point. But with me being anemic, it can get a little testy. But thank God I had family down here that stepped up and helped a little bit. You know, when it was all said and done. So I wasn't really that cold. Maybe one day out of the whole situation, I was cold. Then my best friend, she put a post up on Facebook showing how to make your own personal fireplace or your own personal heater. You take a tin can, either a paper towel roll or a toilet paper roll, saturated with alcohol, and light it on fire. It gives off heat. I tried it. Oh my God, when I say it worked like a charm. I swear. I thank my best friend every day since she gave me that post. I have really enjoyed it. But getting back to this weather situation, you know, everybody got hit hard down here in the southern and midwestern states. Louisiana, Mississippi, Kansas, Atlanta, Tennessee. I mean, a lot of places. really got hard with this Arctic Clipper that hit from Canada. It has been so cold down in these states that are used to having cold weather like that. You know, people down here ain't used to nothing below 30. Nothing below 30. 30 may be the coldest that it get down here. But we got down to 2 degrees. Like Monday, Tuesday. It was so cold. I mean, it was extremely cold. And then, you know, the blackout. They had police on every corner just to make sure people wasn't breaking in stuff and all that. Thank God that nobody tried to do nothing stupid. But it was really bad to where they had to cut 911 off. They had to turn 911 off because they was having so many calls coming in for the fire department, for the police department, for EMSs and all that. They shut 911 down in Houston. Literally. The hospitals were jam-packed, shelters jam-packed, people that were giving and loving, compassionate people, like the Gallery Furniture Store. He took in people, families, people. He provided food, water, blankets, all that. Kudos to them. They really did a justice to people that were out here with no power and no food. But once you think about it, if everybody followed the protocols of what they said through the government announcements for the weather, the frigid weather that we were having, I think everybody would have been okay. But, you know, everybody think they know everything. Everybody think they know better than the government. The government is in control, basically, when it comes to that kind of stuff, because not only did the weather knock the power out, they turned the power off to conserve what we already had. You know, according to CNN, according to ERCOT, which is our Electricity Reliability Council of Texas, they call it ERCOT, I guess that's what it is. They said that they were doing random rolling blackouts. So like in Katy, we have power for about 4 to 8 hours. Then they cut Katy off, and then Southwest Houston, they'll have power from 4 to 8 hours. You know, then sometimes it was 45 minutes, maybe an hour. It was just rolling blackouts all over the city of Houston and the suburbs of Houston. You know, Katy is a suburb of Houston. But everybody thinking the rich people had power and water. That's not true. Everybody got hit down here with that weather situation. And, you know, and people don't realize it doesn't matter the amount of money you have in the bank. It doesn't matter how much money you have in your pocket. If it's a situation that's critical like it was and hazardous to your health, you're not in control of that. You have to have faith in God. And God gives you the strength to get past any and everything that you have to go through when things get tough, or basically crunch time. And it was crunch time for the whole city of Texas. I mean, Houston. Well, basically the whole state of Texas. You know, because we only got a dusting of snow. I heard Dallas and Fort Worth and them got inches of snow. We didn't get that much. But thank God of that we didn't, or it would have been worse. I'm pretty sure. See, now I come from a city that gets 10, 15, maybe 20 inches of snow, almost a foot of snow, blizzards, black ice everywhere. You know, we have salt trucks that come out immediately. As soon as they say it's going to snow, our salt trucks is out. And that's in Detroit, Michigan. That's up north. It's something that they are equipped to do and prepared to do at any given time. Because Michigan is known for bipolar weather. Unpredictable weather. That it is. Houston is known for being warm, hot, and just beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Not this week. It wasn't. I think this is the worst week in Houston, Texas history. I don't think they've seen snow 30, 40 years. But they weren't prepared for it. because it's not something that they're used to. They shut Houston down. Businesses, the internet, all that kind of stuff was messed up. The cell towers, you couldn't get no signal. Your phones didn't work half the time. And then when it did work, you get that kind of effect on the phone. Yeah, so we caught it. We caught hell. We really caught hell. But thank God you got some people that will send money to help with the position that you were in. I had family and I had friends that would cash at me or PayPal me to help me get through the hard time of this bad predicament we were in. And it's a bad predicament, very bad. And people seem to fail to realize everybody's only human. I understand we under a state of emergency, but ain't nobody no robot. Ain't nobody gonna have 15, 20 different hands or stuff to push this button, do this, to that, do to this, do to that. It's not possible. So you have to let people do and be whatever they are. So, when everything was all said and done and everything was created the way it was created, it wasn't by chance. It was what God had planned. Everybody fails to realize that this is the end of days. If you read the book of Revelations in the Bible, everything that's happening today or has happened is already written. And it's telling you to get a relationship with God. Get your relationship closer to God. Read your Bible. Get in the Word. Get on your knees. Go in your prayer closets and start praying and build your relationship with God. Because if you don't have a relationship with God, by all means, you're going to be left in the sauce, baby. You have to believe in something. And believing in man and flesh is irrelevant. Really, it really is. I'm trying to think of the scripture that I read talking about the different things that's going on today, like the plague, which is the coronavirus, and this African influenza, and all these different things that are popping up and killing people like flies. All this stuff is in the Bible, in the book of Revelations, the end of days. God's way of telling y'all, I'm on my way back. Jesus on the way back, to recreate everything that we have destroyed. If you're a spiritual person, that you can believe in that. If not, then I don't know what to tell you. But Houston is finally coming back to normal. We have power. I can't say so much we have water. In my building, the water isn't sparing like the rolling blackouts. We have a rolling water situation. Because as soon as our power came back on, like I said, we had a major pipe burst. So the whole building is out of water. And the people are living out of buckets of water, bottles of water, jugs of water, But that tends to kind of run out. So you have to make do what you can do, basically. But just being out of realism, being realistic and logical about things that's going on, certain things are not in your control. And you have to let things run its course. And basically what we had to do is let this whole thing run its course. Now we're getting back on track. Everything is coming back online. Everything is coming back to normal. Stores are open. Gas stations are open. Not every store have food and water, but they're open to the public now. It wasn't that way. It wasn't, y'all. And I'm telling you, it was drastic. It was definitely a drastic decision on everyone's part to do what they do. Some people hopped in their car and they went to another states that they had family in, friends in, somewhere that they had power and water. But it's some people that can't do that. You can't hop in a car and go nowhere. Like myself, I can't hop in a car and go nowhere because I don't have a car. I don't have the money to get a car. So I had to buckle down and deal with the position that I was in. You know what I'm saying? But me being from Detroit, I expected it. I didn't expect it to happen here, but it did. I survived. Hey, I'm here. I'm alive. I'm still pretty. But it's a lot of people that didn't make it because they weren't equipped and prepared or able to deal with the position that they were in. Keep your prayers open for Texas. We still need prayer. It's some people still without power and water. So let's say a prayer for them. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, y'all. I'm slowly building this empire. I'm carrying it all on my own. But with God's blessing and God's everything that has anything to do with God, I am going to prevail and I am going to make it. As I always say, deuces.